Welcome to the Sleep Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Dobbs, and joining me today, we have Alex, the Word Guardian. What's up, Alex?
The sky's up, but yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm glad that...
Thanks for letting me know the sky is up. I didn't know that. And also, we have Shelby Trikiwi. What's up, Shelby?
Howdy. I just survived another hurricane, so that's cool.
What was that, 7 now?
God.
8? 9?
About, this would be the 10th one.
Sure.
Now.
Wow, that's insane. All right, and next we have Adam Kangas Cloud. What's up, Adam?
The sky, hurricanes, man, there's a lot of things, but
Yeah, you're right.
Ultra Beast, I don't know.
All right, so in this podcast, we're going to talk about the new Pokemon news, today in Pokemon history, a random thing of the week, You Can't Handle the Truth, and our guest segment, which will be with HoodlumScrafty, aka Callum, and we're going to end it off with Pokemon 20 questions. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it, and let's do this. All right, so Shelby, what's going on in the Pokemon news today?
So a very, very exciting new trailer came out for UltraSun and UltraMoon, and this is actually the most hyped that I've been for a trailer.
Yeah, we should be clear that we haven't, it's been a few weeks since we've been here, so there's been a lot going on.
Yeah, that is very true. So there has been a lot that happened, so I'm just going to cover a lot of the really cool stuff that happened and a whole bunch of them.
All right, let's hear it.
So, I was actually kind of disappointed that we weren't able to ride on Lunala and Solgaleo in the original games, but now we can. We could travel to the Ultra Wormhole and stuff like that, and battle Ultra Beasts in their dimension, and it's going to be really, really... I think it's creepy, honestly. I mean, you're going into a different dimension, but it's really cool.
I love creepy.
I really hope the places where the Ultra Beasts aren't just a one-stop thing where we go to catch the Ultra Beast and then we never visit them again, which I'm kind of afraid it is going to be that because,
you know, I didn't even think about that. That would actually suck. Like, I was kind of hoping that the dimension will have, like, a lot of different weird settings for us to explore in. And
it could. If there's, like... weird Pokemon there, like that you can't get anywhere else, or specific
that's what
items.
I would like a cool little puzzle that leads to the Ultra Beast, and then like have like new unique Pokemon in that area.
Yeah,
that'd
be really interesting.
I am also kind of afraid that some of the features might get a bit repetitive. For example, the Mantine riding, I should say, seems really cool at first, but it might get to a point where people they don't want to surf on the Mantine just to get to another island; they just want to fly to it.
I can't imagine a world in which people would want that, but go on.
Fair enough.
A lot of impatient people.
I honestly, I feel like I'm going to get stuck at that point in the game where I won't want to continue. I'm just going to ride around, because it's a little mini game in itself, isn't it? Like you do flips
what happens
and stuff
if you fail? Your Mantine like goes into the sea, your character falls, drowns,
explodes.
and
I didn't imagine
the
stakes being that high.
There's a game over screen, and you have to start again.
I should start practicing now.
I mean, they announced that this game was going to be rated M for mature, so...
Yes, there's going to be lots of gambling is back, which is great.
Right.
But let's move on. You'll be able to journey to Ultra Megalopolis or whatever. What is it?
That looks
Megalopolis.
Yeah, the
I almost
name
said
for it was really weird.
Well, isn't that's literally like in English? It's like the name of just a really big metropolitan area, like a megalopolis. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're literally just saying like, hey, ultra big city, not just a big city. It's ultra big city.
Well, yeah, because all of the Ultra stuff is there. There's the Ultra Beast, there's Ultra Food, there's Ultra People. Not
Ultra
really,
people.
but I don't know what I'm talking
It's a world
about.
where Necrozma has stolen the light.
So then, we have some new characters, and they are a part of the Ultra Recon Squad.
Oh yeah.
Can't just be
And
regular
they're
recon
really
squad.
interesting looking.
Probably the coolest soundtrack ever. Like one of the coolest
They
ones.
did that. So far there has been some, personally, I think some really great music teased for this game. So I'm excited about that, if nothing else.
I am too.
Yeah.
And the new settings as well. Like, did you see, like, running on those trees or whatever? Like, I was really excited about seeing.
Oh yeah,
that
okay,
stuff.
yeah.
A lot of people have theories about the Ultra Recon Squad that they're like going to be the good guys, kind of the opposite to
The Aether Foundation.
Where people thought they were going to be the bad guys. Do you guys think they're going to be like the new villain team, or maybe turn? Because we know we battle them. So
Yeah, we know that we battle them because we could see the player facing off against them. But maybe it's one of those anti-hero type of things, like you think they're mean, at the very beginning, and then they turn out to be good with like really good intent towards the end.
They've been doing that a little bit more and more in the Pokemon games, I feel
They
like.
have.
They're trying to get the villains to be a little more complex, and I like that. I don't think they've gotten the formula quite right yet. But
Not quite,
maybe
no.
maybe in this game.
Hopefully.
It's definitely safe to say that Game Freak want to make Pokemon games very different. They want to be unpredictable with their games.
Well, if anything, I feel like they're becoming more predictable.
I mean, but I like with the storyline. You mean like
More predictable. Did you expect that Clown Ultra Beast to be a fire ghost type?
Well,
Okay.
Oh, very.
Okay.
that is okay. That's a good point.
Speaking of news, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of news, yes, it's the fireworks Pokemon. He is
Sure.
Fire Ghost, like Alex said, and it has a new move called Mind Blown. So that's like perfect.
I use that move every day. I don't see what's so new about it.
And then like my favorite one is UB Adhesive. It's a poison pen Pokemon, and it's freaking adorable. I love this
AKA
thing.
my new favorite Pokemon.
I know, like this. I have never been so hyped for an Ultra Beast. This thing is amazing. I love it.
You forgot about the wall.
I haven't forgotten about it. I haven't even got to it yet.
UB Adhesive is actually the first pure poison legendary Pokemon, like excluding Arceus.
Yeah.
Ultra Beast legendaries.
Yeah, that's a good. I was just about to say that same thing. Honestly, I don't.
I personally, I don't think I would class them as legendaries. I think Ultra Beasts are completely different things.
I would kind of view them as like their own little class of things
This
because I
is
wouldn't really
something-
put them in with like
Yeah, this is.
Giratina.
I'm actually really curious to see the comment on this topic because I've been thinking about this lately and maybe I missed something, but I don't know for certain. Like, are they legendary or not? And if not, yeah, where do they fit in?
like the creepy aliens.
They might not be legendary. They might just be like common Pokemon from their native like world.
But
So,
what
they
what
could be
would you
legendary.
if they're not legendary? Is there anything we can compare them to in previous generations? Like something similar to them?
Well, Burkubutopia has made some video saying that Unknown might be an Ultra Beast or something along those lines.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to get him in here and explain that.
Maybe
Yeah,
next
we
week
need to get
him.
a Pokemon theorist on the podcast.
We do. Okay,
then
we'll
we can
save
talk
we'll save
more
that
in
that
detail.
discussion.
And then you be a simile because Alex was being a butthole bullet. Rock
That wasn't
steel
very
type.
nice.
I'm sorry.
You know what's quite funny? When we were predicting the types last time, I accidentally said when we were deciding when we were thinking what the types were, I accidentally said rock and steel. I was supposed to say rock
you?
or steel, but I'm just going to take that and say I kind of predicted its typing.
Do you
Even
win?
though-
Do you win YouTube?
job.
I think you do. You did it.
He's psychic, confirmed.
I will say I'm.
well, like I was.
It still looks like it should be part like dark or psychic or something. Like you see the way it moves with the little eyes that come out. Like I
Well, it is an alien type thing from a different dimension, so maybe this is normal for them.
It's definitely safe to say that UB Adhesive is the overwhelming favorite between the new Ultra Beast revealed, and possibly the favorite between Ultra Beasts as a whole, mainly because it looks more like a Pokemon, than the other Ultra
For
Beasts.
sure.
And I can definitely say I'm in the minority because I actually quite like UB Burst, and no one seems to like it.
it's all right. I don't know.
It's growing on me, like I said in our last episode. It's growing on me.
I mean,
but,
if you think about
the
it,
new one, the
it's-
poison one.
If you think about it, it's the closest thing to a Pokemon that we have to Jack Skellington because it takes off his head.
Oh, don't say that. Oh my god. Okay. Well,
What about
hopefully
Splendour Man? He
some
looks like
people
Splendour
listening now
Man.
will have grown a new fondness to UV Burst.
I suppose. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the stuff. So we have a lot of features returning to UltraSun and Moon. Unfortunately, Festival Plaza is coming back. I personally do not like Festival Plaza. Thank you.
No, sorry. Every time somebody says that word or that phrase,
Yeah, like I feel like it could have there's been better features in past Pokemon games that make online play a lot easier and not so
The PSS
gimmicky, I guess.
was
I would
really
rather
good.
they sent us like 30 yards of link cable that we had to connect with, like the world had to connect to each other. I think it would have been a little more reliable than our famed Festival Plaza.
Yeah, I think it's too complicated to like get your friends on because you always have to refresh it and you have to look at your friends list and then the guest list and then sometimes it doesn't work as fast as I would like it to.
I'm just waiting for a Pokemon game where you can like actually see your friends like in the overworld as
Like an MMO type of thing.
Yeah, like as a little like ghost that you can interact with, and like you can see them like real time.
If we do try and look at the bright side of the Festival Plaza, I'm pretty sure Game Freak would have seen all the criticism it got, and I'm certain they're gonna improve on it somehow. Whether it be
More balloons.
Put a PSS system inside the Festival Plaza, which would be great. But obviously, I do think they're gonna try and improve it to make it more user friendly, and they'll obviously add. I say obviously, they'll most likely add more features to it to make the to make people want to go into the Festival Plaza more, because obviously the majority of people I guess wanted to stay away from it in the original game. I didn't use it much, but I see why people despise the hell out of it.
I use it every time I do a theme battle, and it is very annoying.
Yes. Every time I
imagine.
would do like a free for all with Callum, like it's always been like a struggle just to get everything started because of all the technical difficulties we would have.
Oh, hey, let's do this. Let's get this done. 2 hours later, well, we're still in the Festival Plaza.
Basically, it's like, oh, we have a time limit, and then it takes us 2 hours just to get it.
I wonder
working.
if you could add together all of the hours of lost productivity the Festival Plaza has caused by Pokemon players. I wonder, like, is that the GDP of a small nation we're talking about? How much lost man hours have we sacrificed to this annoying feature?
Yeah.
For me, it'll be like 23 minutes.
That's okay, Mister.
I want to be the best there ever was.
All right, Kanga. So what's happening today in the realm of the Pokemon history, or around this time?
So today in Pokemon history, or like you said, around this time in Pokemon history, Pokemon Blue is released to general retail on October 10th, 1990.
Oh, Alex.
Calm down.
God.
So
I've never seen Alex so excited.
I've never heard.
I had no idea.
Oh my gosh. So this is gonna get a little confusing. I'll try to unconfuse us a little bit. But so there's a reason why I say October 10th. As you may know, if you played the re-release on the 3DS, it was coincided with an anniversary. That was released in February. That coincided with the original release of Pokemon Red and Green back in Japan, which were later released in the US as Red and Blue. So
that's so confusing. Like, why would they do that? Like, I feel like if they made it green, like it would be more interesting.
I think that would be too, because that was a game that we never got here. Was Pokemon?
Do you have
Green.
something against the color blue?
No, it's just I've never played Pokemon Green. Like, I would think that'd be an awesome game.
Has anyone
to play.
here played Pokemon Green?
I have not played Pokemon
I have
Green.
not played Pokemon.
I've seen it.
I never even I never until this moment realized I've never played Pokemon Green.
Probably the reason why they didn't include Green in the eShop and they made Blue instead is because Green was never translated into English.
Well, yeah, but they eventually made it into Leaf Green, so you could actually kind of, in a way, experience it, but not.
And when I say Pokemon Blue October 10th, that's actually the Japanese Pokemon Blue, which was released after Red and Green in Japan. It was kind of an updated version of those games. First, it was released exclusively to subscribers to Korokoro, and then 3 years later, 1999, released to the general public, but still only in Japan. So this version of Pokemon Blue isn't even the same Pokemon Blue we got over here.
Pokemon Blue is like the original Trinity game to Pokemon games, like Crystal, Emerald.
I mean, here we got Yellow.
So Pokemon Blue is basically the Super Mario Brothers 2 of Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
We're taking this to a new level.
We were taking steps forward. I feel like that was like a step back.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. So
what did Pokemon Blue have differently than Pokemon Red and Green, though? That's what I'm asking.
So basically, it was kind of updates in the code.
It was blue.
And it was blue.
I hate Alex.
I don't know the specific.
Alex is taking this so seriously.
I don't know the specific glitches it fixed. I think I honestly don't know. Missing No, I'm imagining it was in the Japanese versions, but If I would imagine, this is speculation on my point, it was fixed in blue because it ended up being fixed in yellow, and I know Pokemon Yellow here borrowed from the Japanese blue in terms of the code.
Okay.
I'm not sure other differences. I mean, the Pokemon you get in the game are a little bit different. It kind of pulls from each one. But even in Japan, there were still version exclusives that you couldn't get in blue that you could only get in red and green.
Are you able to get Missing No in blue? Did they fix that glitch or no?
That's what I'm not sure. I would imagine they did, but I'm not, because since they use that as a basis for Pokemon Yellow. But I'm not sure. Actually, if someone knows in the comments, let us know, because I couldn't find that right away. I mean, it was so long, and we don't have the reporting now or back then that we do now. Like all of these like insider information, like people aren't just digging at it, so we have to go on like what people do in interviews later.
I thought that you could do the. Wait, you're saying that you can't do the Missing No trick in Pokemon Blue?
Well, not in the American Pokemon Blue, but the Japanese Pokemon Blue is different.
Oh, the Japanese one.
Different.
Okay, I understand. All right.
So that's the question.
But that's a good segue into the article that we found with IGN.
Yeah, I found. So you can go back. You can actually find reviews on the original, like the American release of the Pokemon Red and Blue games. The easiest way is just to kind of sum up. IGN does their verdict at the end, and mind you, this is 1999. So Pokemon, this is what they say. Pokemon is really worthy of being one of the Game Boy system's greatest games. It's not just a fad, a craze, or trend. If you don't have the game in your library, pick one up. It doesn't matter if you pick red or blue. And
they put blue or red. That kind of threw me off too.
Okay. They're both the same game. You'll just have to make sure you've got a friend with the other version if you want to catch them all, which is not true. I didn't have friends and I caught them all anyway. But that is a story for another podcast.
So nothing has changed since all those years ago.
But okay, and just to point out, a little discussion piece here. I'm going to scroll up in the article because they do mention one thing about the game. This is their summary of the game. Here's the deal in Pokemon: you're a kid named Ash.
So, yeah, that's right. We were talking about this earlier. Yeah. Like, was the Pokemon anime released after Pokemon Blue?
It was
in Japan.
So the anime would be released after the Japanese Pokemon Blue was originally released. But
so was Ash's name based off a default name in the games?
Yeah. So you can have in the games, the name of the main character in the games is Red. Generally speaking, but you have the option as kind of a secondary pick. Ash is one of those options. So first off, you're not a kid named Ash in the games, but yeah, so I would imagine that the anime probably pulls, because it pulls so many other themes from the games. I'm sure that's where it got the name. It was like, the second name, that's good.
That's really interesting. I never actually thought about that. It's kind of cool.
Although in other media versions, the main character is just Red. So I don't know why they didn't just go with that.
I wonder what their name is in Japanese then. I don't know.
Oh, you like the Japanese anime, isn't it?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they have different like names that mean different things.
Red in Japanese, Aka. I don't know.
Another side. I didn't know. Also, both games were received well. Going back to the American Red and Blue, because it all kind of ties together. They were all, and by the way, the American Red and Blue was also released around this time too. So, in case you're wondering why we're talking about the Japanese, like kind of an obscure Japanese release of a game, Red and Blue released September 28th. 1998, which is just a couple weeks ago. And since we didn't have a podcast then, I feel like that kind of fits into here too. So the American Red and Blue, the ones you all know and love and were re-released, also released around this time. So that's why we're talking about those as well.
And this particular release of Pokemon Blue got a rating of a 10. Which,
IGN gave it a 10.
Masterpiece.
IGN gave it a 10. And also the games themselves, from Game Rankings, which kind of throws together all the reviews, got an 89%, which is that's like a B+. But it's for all of its flaws and glitches, like that's pretty good. Also, I don't know if you guys can see the chat here. I did find a picture from the cover of Pokemon Power.
That's so awesome.
I think that's back in, I want to say 1998, somewhere around that time, around the release of Red and Blue in the US. It's kind of funny to go and look back. Like that's how people looked at, like, you see that Pikachu there? That's how people, that's how we used to see Pokemon. We see it now, it looks weird, but that's what it used to be.
Honestly, when I think of Pokemon, I always think of, what's his name? Is it Ken Sugimori? Is that his name? I don't know.
Sugimori.
The artist of Pokemon, with his, white shadowing, he has on the Pokemon. That's how I think of Pokemon.
It's a very signature style. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I think of that as well. And I always think of the sprites. I never really think of 3D.
I tweeted a while ago they should implement an option where you can choose to have either 3D models or flip
my
to
goodness.
sprites.
Oh, I would
be
honestly want.
I would
so
probably
cool.
explode in happiness if that was an
be
actual
amazing.
option.
Because if you think about it, 3D models obviously take a lot more power than sprites. So sprites would be a lot easier for the game to run.
You know, in the Mario Odyssey trailer, they had like a little section where he went into 2D form. Like that would be so dope. Like if they did that in Pokemon.
I think in the Ultra Beast and the other universes, one of them should look like an old Pokemon game.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be so dope.
That
Like,
would be so cool.
Another realm just being 2D.
It wouldn't make any sense, but it would be so cool.
Oh man, that would be so perfect, dude. Oh.
You know that'd be everyone's favorite part of the game.
And the Ultra Beast is like it remains in his 2D form when it comes into the 3D realm.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I would love that.
That'd be really
Oh
cool.
my god.
I want Missy No to be in the Ultra Beast world.
Oh yes, dude.
I'm
yes.
surprised by now that they haven't had some little fan service, just some little.
Just make him an Ultra Beast from the Glitch realm.
That would be
Yeah,
perfect, honestly. A wonderful way to incorporate
Yeah.
Missy No.
I would love that.
Here we go. So divinely.
All right, Alex. So what's the random thing of this week podcast thing?
Well, this one's kind of an interesting one. So we're going to be going over our early video game memories, which is it'll be really different for like all four of us because obviously we all grew up in different areas with different video games, I presume. So it's going to be mostly talking about like our very first video games we played, the first consoles we played, etc.
Okay. All right. So what was your first memory?
You start.
Oh, you want me to start? Well, my very first memory of my very first video game was when I was in the living room and my mom walked in with a brand new Nintendo 64 with the game Donkey Kong 64. And I
Wait,
remember
did you say
playing
you were
that-
in a delivery room?
Living room.
No, dude. I wasn't just born and this happened.
He was bought. The storks delivered him.
My ears! I was so confused. I was like,
I like this version of the story too, but go on.
go
Well,
on.
I was in the living room, and yeah, she walked in with the new system and the new game, and I just fell in love with video games since then.
Aww.
And it's funny because like they like you know like back when I was like young, like they would always say I always play video games, but I was like it's y'all's fault. Y'all gave me the system and got me into this.
You're a little Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah, so that was my first memory. What about you guys?
Alex.
Me? Okay, so I'm one of these people who, once I discovered video games, I became hooked. They were kind of like drugs to me. Like, I needed to play them more. My earliest console memories, I can't exactly remember which console was first, but it was either the PlayStation 1 or the original Game Boy. And with the Game Boy, we had a variety of games. We had, I can't remember the exact title, it was like Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land or Super Mario Land Wario Land 3, one of the two.
I think the first one. I think it
And-
was the first one.
And I think I'm definitely in the minority when I say I played a Wario game before Mario.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. Which is
Do you
very
like
interesting.
Wario more than Mario now?
Well, no. It's just that I played a Wario game before I played a Mario game.
You see Wario and you're like, oh, that guy was the original.
No.
That's the original
I mean,
Mario right
I-
there.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Other games I had on the Game Boy was the first ever Zelda game I played, which was Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, which probably my favorite Zelda game overall. Even though I'm sure there are other technically better Zelda games, but
I forgot about that game. That was a good game.
so much fun. It was so good. I have it on 3DS. It's still
I
great.
literally never played any of the Zelda games back in the day.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm probably a minority.
Get
in
Link's
that, too.
Awakening on the Virtual Console. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. It looks kind of dope.
One funny thing about Link's Awakening was when you select your file, it will have a 3-digit number. And at first, I didn't know what it meant. But I discovered it meant the amount of times that you've died. And the file that I had, the first one, was like 999 because I was in a segment which I didn't know how to progress. Like there was a part of the game where you were supposed to throw this powder onto this raccoon, and the raccoon would turn into a character who was actually supposed to be like similar to Mario, but I didn't know how to do that as a kid. So I just spent the majority of the time playing stuck in certain areas. But yeah, I'd say those are my early memories of video games. Unfortunately, no Pokemon. Pokemon didn't come until a little bit after that.
All right. What about you, Shelby and Adam?
Kanga?
Well, for me, I was gonna go a different direction. But you said the Game Boy, and I was remembering some other games, but I'll go one
Pong.
step back. Super Mario Land 2. Dear God, no. Super Mario Land 2. Like I don't remember much about it. I just remember you got bunny ears and you could like fly around and jump really high, and then there was an underwater level I hated, but I think that's every Mario game. There's an underwater level I hate. So. That and then the first Kirby games on the Game Boy. Like, oh my gosh, I logged in so many hours of Kirby's Dream Land 2. Like Mario was like, okay, Mario's cool, like these are cool games and stuff, but Kirby was like the first game where I was like, I just love the hero of this game, which is a little pink little muffin ball, whatever he is.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's like, I mean, I found other things.
Is that who you wanted to be when you grow up?
Freaking yeah! Look at Kirby. Like he
Kirby's
could
a
eat
badass,
anything,
dude.
and he never grew in size. That's first off. He could fly, kind of. For second off, I only really want to kind of fly. I don't need to fly all the way. If I could kind of fly, that'd be enough. But I mean, I kind of grew out of that once I found just Pokemon and Yoshi when I started playing Super Mario World or like the other games. I really liked Yoshi a lot. And then my first game where I really just like fell in love with the whole game was Final Fantasy VII. So
Are you excited for the remake?
That's another series
I am
I've never
so
played
excited
of.
if it ever. What's that?
That's another game series that I've never played. Final Fantasy.
It has its ups and downs, but overall, you should definitely spend some time. I don't know which game would appeal to you the most because
They're
I
all
feel like
different, aren't
they're all different, and I feel like everyone's favorite game is the one that they played first or the one that they.
Yeah.
So I like Final Fantasy VII. I think it's a really good game, but I'd wait until the remakes come out because I think visually it's hard. It's hard to really like find the same level of magic with a game like that when you look at games of today because it just visually it does so little for you, but like the story and music's still there, but it's just, and I still love it, but that's like from my own heart.
Still on the topic of Final Fantasy VII. I have a friend of mine who's a massive Final Fantasy fan, and he was so excited for the remake, and then he saw the first gameplay trailer, and he saw that it wasn't turn-based, and he was put off the game straight away. Because
that doesn't bother me so much, but I could see where he's coming from because when you spend so many hours of that turn-based system, it's like your universe is shook.
It's
like,
kind of like if Pokemon for the Switch suddenly turns into control the Pokemon to attack and it's not turn-based anymore.
I don't think I would like that. Honestly.
Well, that's what we all like. That would shake my universe too. Like I could see that.
That would change competitive
It'd be like
Pokemon
Tournament.
forever.
Yes,
I'm not
it
really
would.
into Pokemon Tournament.
It would just be like a fighting game.
All right, Shelby, what was your first video game memory?
So whenever I was really little, my uncle gave me his Atari. And I've never played a video game before.
Is this 2600?
Huh?
Is it the Atari 2600 or the 5200 or the 7800 or the Jaguar?
How many Atari was there?
I ain't got a clue. I just remember that the freaking controller was a stick with a button.
Okay, 2600.
And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Because I didn't know that you could control things on the TV. I was like, whoa, you can control things. So then I thought I had like little superpowers or something like that. Because I'm like, ooh, I could control things with this little stick and a button.
You didn't know you can control things on the TV, so you didn't have a remote back.
I didn't have my own TV.
Oh.
So what was like the first game that you played?
Asteroids, probably.
What's his name? Oh no, the little guy with the Pitfall. Pitfall was my very first game.
Damn. I would have expected Kanga's first console to be an Atari, but not yours.
Sorry. I never played the Atari. I've never played I've never played an Atari game on an Atari.
Yeah, that was my first console because I played Pitfall, Pac-Man, and Frogger. They were my first video games ever. But Pitfall was my favorite thing when you have to jump over the scorpions and stuff like that. Like, I thought that game was so freaking fun, and I don't know how old I was. I was, like, super little, though. But then, after that, I was introduced the Nintendo 64, I believe? And my first game there was Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh my god, yes.
And
that's my favorite
freaking
game.
loved Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, right now I like Banjo-Tooie a little bit more. I love Banjo-Tooie. But I was so in love with that game, it was insane.
You guys know what sucks about Banjo-Kazooie? If Microsoft never bought Rare, like in the IPs that came along with Rare, I swear Banjo-Kazooie would have been a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I know. It would have been amazing. But no, they had to ruin it with freaking nuts and bolts. And then...
Oh my...
But then, like, my, I don't even think that Pokemon or Banjo-Kazooie was my first Nintendo experience. Whenever I went to my babysitter's house, she had a Super Nintendo, and I would play Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and that was my first Mario game, and I loved Yoshi. And that was the baby Mario game, when you control.
I love Yoshi and
that was,
his
like,
games too.
My favorite thing ever, but the only thing that I remember is the first time I played it, I was really sick, and I was having really bad stomach problems, but then I was just going there, and I was like, Yoshi.
Didn't Yoshi make you jealous because he eats things all the time and spits them out as eggs?
I don't know if I would
without
be...
any stomach problems.
I think we're
well,
learning
he would
something
poop
about
out
Alex.
the egg. I don't know. That would make me
Alex,
jealous.
do you want to be a
Alex, do
dinosaur
you-
or something?
Alex, do you want to lay eggs?
Alex wants to lay
No, that
eggs.
sounds weird.
Little Aura Guardian eggs.
Alex the Dragon Guardian.
Alex the Dragon Guardian.
Alright, so this week we're bringing back the True or False segment, but this time we're renaming it to You Can't Handle the Truth, where basically one of us takes 3 stories, and 2 of them are false, and 1 of them is true.
They're Pokemon related as well.
Yeah. So this week is Shelby's turn. So Shelby, what do you got? What do you have?
Okie dokie. A Olympic gymnast generates $5,000 or a $5,000 phone bill while playing Pokemon Go. This gymnast is from Japan, and he was in Brazil for a 2016 Olympic Games, and he was playing Pokemon Go while abroad to pass the time because he was bored. Unfortunately, in the process, he amassed a $4,954 phone bill, and that is
Oh my God.
$500,000 in yen. His
Jesus.
phone bill went crazy because of roaming charges. After explaining the situation to his phone company, he convinced them to waive the extra cost and charge him a flat $30 per day fee.
See, that's how they get you.
Pokemon Go in Brazil at the Olympics. That's how they get you.
That's where they get you.
Same thing happened.
That's
to
their whole
me.
plan.
Then
All right, what's the second
our
story?
second one. 19-year-old Joseph Starnes discovered a decomposing finger on the side of the road in the state of Mississippi. Playing Pokemon Go at 9:46 p.m., Starnes alerted the authorities after finding the finger on the side of the road of Plainview Drive. Local investigators are still trying to trace the owner of the finger, but to no avail. Many of the residents have been interviewed in order to get closer to justice.
Are they just going to go around looking for someone missing a finger? Are all of these Pokemon Go related then?
Yes, all of these are Pokemon Go related.
Okay, so
Honor the legendary dogs.
Dobbs' favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Go.
no,
your
I've never
favorite?
played Pokemon Go. No.
I'm playing it right
Have
now.
you seen all the Pokemon Go videos he's made?
Oh, true?
Go, Shelby, before this gets out of hand.
Oh, true?
Just as many as his Finding Nemo videos.
Everyone
the third
put in
one.
the
Still
comment
waiting.
section below
Still
if you
waiting.
want Dobbs to do the Finding Nemo theme battle.
Oh no.
We need to go on to the third one before.
Okay.
Dobbs is
Okay,
removing that.
finally, 2 guys fall off of a cliff while playing Pokemon Go.
Oh my gosh.
Pokemon Go
Oh,
can be
I think
extremely
that- okay.
engrossing, especially for 2
All
guys from California. The 2 were so distracted while playing the game that they fell off the cliff between
Jesus.
75 to 100 feet. Both of them received intense injuries from their rough falls.
All right, so I think I know which one's true and which ones are
No, I
false.
think we should
so-
discuss first.
Yeah, I need a
so,
moment on
Shelby,
this.
could you just repeat all 3 of those stories, like from the beginning?
Or like a little
Again?
summary.
Okay. So, Japanese Olympic guy gets a $5,000 phone bill while playing only Pokemon Go. 19-year-old Joseph Starnes finds a decomposing finger on the side of the road while playing Pokemon Go. Then 2 guys fall off a cliff while playing Pokemon Go, getting rough and terrible injuries.
Okay, so here's the thing. I could kind of believe Shelby making up the first and third story. A story about a decomposing finger, I'm not sure.
I think she made up the second one.
Do you think the finger's not true?
Yeah, I think that one's made up. I think the one that's true is the third one, where the two kids fall off the cliff. I could totally see that happening.
I personally, going by details, I'd have to go with the second one.
But, like, that's how she's probably getting you. She's probably, like, made the true one, the shortest one, to make you think that's the one that's made up.
Well, it's not that it's short. It's just the story itself. Like, I found a finger on the side of the road while playing Pokemon.
Yes, that's kind of random. But Alex, all right, so Alex, you're locking in for the second
kid
one?
coming home to his parents like, I found a Pokemon.
I traded my finger for a Pokemon. I traded my finger for a Charizard. Look.
All right, so Alex is going with number 2. What about you, Kinga?
Oh gosh. I mean, my instinct was first, like, before I even heard the other two, like, once I heard the first one, I was like, there's no way, like, this isn't true. Like, it just seems like I like someone at that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Like that phone. I could see that just happening. Like, wouldn't even have to be Pokemon Go. But the fact that it is Pokemon Go, I'm gonna go with the Olympian.
All right, so Alex has. Sorry, so Kinga has number 1, Alex has number 2, and I have number 3. So one of us is true. All right, Shelby, who's
Reveal.
true? No, tell us who's false first, and then who's false the second time.
Okay. The Pokemon Go, while falling off of a cliff, is in fact fake. Kidding! I'm kidding!
Wait, what? Oh, yes! I told you guys.
Everyone.
I told you guys.
Can I change my answer? Is it too late?
I win.
So it's falling off a cliff. So two guys, they were just playing Pokemon Go and they just tumbled off a cliff.
Pokemon Go.
The reason why I thought this was true is because I could have sworn I heard this story like a year ago.
They all sound like stories I heard.
The reason why I thought B was true is because there was so much detail into it, including the name of the victim.
But the first one is also true. But
so the two of them are.
Oh wait, so we got two that are true.
Wait. So were we trying to guess the fake one or the real one?
Plot twist.
Welcome to Tricky.
What? Because if we're trying to,
Alex just got screwed over.
Why am I upset? I won. Why am I upset? I'm good.
Alex
you're
got the only one that was false.
No.
Yeah, two chances to win.
Let me explain this round.
You picked the only fake one.
Let me explain why I've been cheated and you guys. Okay, no. I was under the impression that one was true and the others were false. If you told me that I have to work out the fake one because two of them are true, I would have gone a completely different direction.
Are you saying you would have, for the fake one, you would have picked the one you thought was absolutely true?
No, if we were supposed to pick the fake one, I would...
No,
Alex
Alex is just salty that he lost.
You know what?
Whoever thought the second one was true...
You know what? Cue the music.
False. Then there you
Cue
go.
the music. Alright, so this is the guest segment. Each week we have a different person on the podcast, and this week we have Callum, aka HoodlumScrafty. What's up?
Hello.
He sounds so different in person.
That's so different in person.
When it's my real mic, I sound different.
Oh, true.
This is my voice changer.
Voice changer in his videos.
So we like to give the guests let him or her pick the subject. So what do you want to talk about today?
Tattoos. Because
tattoos.
That's why I know best.
I mean, he only has one tattoo and all.
Yeah.
And it's his entire body.
We only have one tattoo.
Yeah, that's the thing I get a lot is, how many tattoos do you have? I'm just like, I don't know.
It's like one.
You really don't know how many you have anymore?
No, you can't count them because they're all like a lot of them are linked together.
Yeah, it's one work of art.
When was the last time you got a tattoo?
Like 1 or 2 months ago.
Oh my god.
I think. I haven't, it's been a while.
Was that to get your arm blacked out even more or something else?
Yes, I still have to get my arm blacked out.
Oh.
No, I don't mean this in a bad way, but can you get like kind of addicted to getting tattoos? Like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean like how I like pie. Like I would eat a lot of pie. Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, because like you it's not that you like the pain. I mean, maybe some people do, but it's just like, wow, this is awesome. I want more. That's what happened to me when I first got them.
What was your first tattoo?
Okay, my first tattoo was a tribal Pokeball. It is now blacked out.
Sigh.
But it was a tribal Pokeball.
Tribal Pokeball.
That was the Pokemon in the hand. I remember that.
I remember me
Okay.
being like, "Are you sure you want to get that? I don't know if you should get that. You may regret it." No, I'm Callum. I won't regret it.
Chill. Excuse
then-
me.
Did you,
I was
act as,
18.
did you act as his guardian back then as well?
Yes.
She basically did. She was my guardian for that entire year. And she was like always just like, "Are you sure, man? Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure."
Yeah, I'm sure. Then a year later, Shelby, I'm getting it blacked out. Oh, god dang it.
But yeah, it was a tribal Pokeball. Then I got a bunch of tribal added onto that, and then I decided I didn't really like it, and I just blacked it out. But which I actually do like, but it's not fully blacked out yet. I just haven't had the opportunity to go finish it. But I was gonna ask, does anyone here have a tattoo besides me?
I was about to ask if anyone did. I don't, but I've thought about getting like a single tattoo on my wrist of like some words or something like that. Kind of simple. I don't think I'd want like a whole sleeve, but I feel like at some point I could get something like on my wrist that like would mean something.
Yeah. The tattoos aren't like that aren't for everyone, but I think everyone will at least get one tattoo eventually in their life, like something small.
Yeah.
You know, like they're really popular now.
I don't have a tattoo, but I'm always worried. Like if someone got me really drunk, they might be able to talk me into getting a Rowlet face
Oh,
tattooed
God.
over my face. Like
Oh
I
my
just
God.
wake up, look in a mirror, and there'd be a
nightmare.
Rowlet looking back at me.
I think Kanga, you should get Rowlet's bow tie on your neck.
Ooh.
Hey, that would be kind of cute.
That actually would be. But can you paint? Okay, I was gonna go into a scenario which probably isn't PG.
It's definitely a thing that's probably already like it's probably, if you can think of it, it probably
I'm
exists.
sure,
Someone probably
I'm
has a
sure.
bow tie tattooed there.
Okay, well, Dobbs, if you were able to get a tattoo, what would you get?
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos. So like I used to draw this character a lot when I was young. Like I made up a character that I drew a lot, and I made this symbol for him. Like it's a yin yang with like a Z in it. So if I ever got tattooed, it'd probably be that.
That's neat.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's your OC.
Your OC character.
I know. I was gonna say. I spoke to Shelby about it, and she said she wanted a tattoo.
Yeah,
Like what she's thinking.
I've been really thinking about it lately, actually. Like I just don't want to go by myself and like
A tattoo
screw
of
up
what?
a dragon. I have the
okay.
biggest obsession with dragons. It's insane,
Wait, really?
and
You like-
I've always wanted to fly.
You should make it a Halloween dragon.
A Halloween dragon.
You should make it a Chinese dragon.
It should have a jack-o'-lantern for a head.
Yes. And it's holding It's holding candy.
Well, like it would be
10 out of 10, the highest voted comment is going to be saying yes, I want that tattoo.
a Halloween dragon with a trick or treat bucket.
Yeah, like a trick or treat bucket that's like a little pumpkin head.
well, I
didn't
do
you-
like Halloween a lot.
Can someone
That's your favorite
draw
holiday.
this? We were talking about what if someone wanted to draw something. Can someone draw this?
Oh my God.
Draw this tattoo.
Let's have someone draw Tricky's tattoo.
Your dragon Halloween tattoo.
Submit it on Twitter.
the Halloween trick or
Please tweet
treat.
it at us.
Didn't you say you wanted to be like a silhouette or something though, or wasn't like that design you sent? Because I know you like.
Yeah, like
like-
the one that I sent you was like a silhouette of a dragon, and its wings were dispersing into a bunch of birds. And like I liked
Okay.
that because like I've said it before to certain people that I have a lot of vivid dreams and I have a dream log, and one of the things that are from my dream is this feathered dragon. And if I feel like it's interesting, it means a lot to me, so that's why I was like, ooh, I want something to do with feathers and dragons.
I say go
That's
for
cool
it.
that you
man.
keep a dream log.
Oh yeah. So we were talking a bit before about our oldest video game memories, Callum. I thought it'd be fun to include you on this because obviously you are known for
I'm
playing
different.
video. I mean, a particular video game, but video games. Do you have an oldest video game memory? What like? Because what was mine was I was thinking like Game Boy games. Alex had some Game Boy games too.
Not just Game Boy Color, original Game Boy.
Wait, Alex, how old are you? You're young. You're younger than me, right?
No, I'm older.
No.
I'm definitely older than you. I'm 23, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So my memory's gonna be different. 'Cause I'm the
Yeah, but
youngest.
that's what,
yeah.
yeah. What do you got?
My first console, I didn't own it myself. Like my uncle had a PlayStation 1, and there was this racing game. I don't remember what it was, but that was like the first video game I ever played.
This is like
It was-
legit Shelby's first
I-
memory, but like it's with Callum.
Well, I mean,
I said-
in
yeah.
that they both involved uncles.
Yeah,
Really?
The games
Yeah.
were very different.
yeah.
That's wild. But I mean, I guess like I don't remember much about the game, but that was like the first thing. And then my neighbor had Pokemon Yellow and Silver and stuff like that for the Game Boy. So like while he was like playing my PlayStation 2, he was playing Spyro. I'd be playing his Pokemon. Like that was my first Pokemon experience. I was playing
Oh, that's
like
funny.
on his silver and training up his Pokemon for him.
It wasn't even your own game.
Yeah, it wasn't my own game. I was just training up his Pokemon.
So you were essentially helping him cheat.
Yeah.
'Cause He wasn't.
You were his rare candy.
And that's where HoodlumScrafty came from.
What a hoodlum.
Before
Yeah.
Generation 5.
Yeah, of course.
like why'd you choose Scrafty as your mascot? Is it because it's your favorite Pokemon or?
I know the
Oh, I
story.
don't know.
I know a bit of the story.
I just liked him at the time, really. Like, the name Hoodlum just came from him being the Hoodlum Pokemon in the Pokedex. That was literally it. Like, it wasn't like anything thought out.
Didn't you?
That's cool.
I remember you said before that you chose to put Scrafty in your username because you kept on changing mascots.
Yes,
So you
that's
like-
also a thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
solidified Scrafty as a mascot to put.
because
He
originally,
had Shiny
right,
Shaman.
Shiny
TV.
Shaman TV.
yes, that was my
Oh,
first
really?
username.
No way.
Shiny Shaman. That has a nice ring to it.
Shiny Shaman
Are we-
TV. I mean, I had to put TV at the end of it because like Shiny Shaman was taken, and obviously YouTube back then was all usernames, and it wasn't like you could name it yourself whatever. I had that, and then I changed my next channel is Frozen X Varus. So then I just kept changing my mascot. At one point it was Lombre. Another point, what else did I have? Frostlass. I just changed my mascot so often. I had Ludicolo for a bit. Like it was just I just changed all the time, and I was like, I need to just
Stick to
because like I
one.
got a commission. Yeah, I got a commission of Scrafty, and I was like, I can't spend a lot of money on commissions so I'll just get this one Scrafty. And
So how long have you been on YouTube now?
I've been making videos technically since like 2008, 2009, but like they weren't Pokemon back then. I started
Okay.
Pokemon when I was like 2011.
But still, to put that in context,
Damn.
like YouTube itself really started as a platform. What was it? 2006, 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't you like one of the OG like Pokemon YouTubers?
Yeah, I guess I am one of the older ones. I'm not like as OG as Shofu or Hayden, but I guess I'm
not oldest, not one of the oldest physically, but
yes.
on YouTube.
Oh
been
yeah,
around.
He's
the
been
channel.
around
The channel.
I've been around in the community since 2011, and then 2012 is when I made HoodlumScrafty, and it was like October the 20th, I think, 2012 is when I made. It's almost been 5 years. My account's almost 5 years old now. Crazy. Oh my god.
It's awesome. Alright guys, so this is our final segment called Pokemon 20 Questions. It's a game where we have to guess what Callum is thinking of with 20 questions. Alright, so do you have what you have in mind for this game, Callum?
Yes.
Alright, I guess I'll start this off. Alright, is it a Pokemon?
No.
Oh, ooh.
Already a twist.
Already a twist. Alright,
Oh.
so we'll have Alex go next,
Alright.
and then Shelby, then Kinga.
Is it a trainer?
No.
Ooh.
Is it living?
No.
Oh, okay. Plot twist.
Oh, Inferno. I was about to
this
say it
be-
could be a ghost Pokemon, but it's not a Pokemon.
Can this be found in more than one? Can this be found in the Pokemon games?
Yes.
Is this an item?
Yes.
This is
Okay.
going to be really hard.
We're at
hope
5
it is.
questions right now. We're at 5 questions, so
Okay.
Is this a hold item you would use in competitive?
No, I don't believe so. Let me just double check. Maybe. I guess you could. I mean, it's not commonly loot, but you could. It's an item that it does something if a Pokemon's holding it.
Okay.
okay. All right.
Don't give away any more information.
No.
That's 6.
Does this item make its move stronger?
Like not necessarily, but like it can.
Interesting.
So we have Alex asked if this is an item that you have a Pokemon hold and it has an effect during battle, and Callum said
Yeah.
yes, but it's not used that much. Shelby said it's just an item that makes a Pokemon stronger, and Callum said no.
It doesn't make the Pokemon stronger. It can boost the power of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 7 questions.
It's hard to.
Okay.
describe.
Okay. Is this this is a man. This
This is a tough one. I don't even know if I can guess this.
Is this
I hope
something?
you
Is this
don't.
something you buy from a shop?
Oh god damn! Let me double check that. I don't know. Myself.
Oh god.
I thought a long time about that question.
So if you could buy this at like a Pokemon Mart or like a Battle Frontier or like
Well, I'm thinking like that.
You can buy it at the Battle Frontier.
Okay.
Stuff like that. It can also be found.
So that
So we
probably means it's not a berry or something. So
you can buy it at the Battle Frontier. Okay. I don't even know what to ask at this point. All right. Is it an item that helps certain types of Pokemon? Like a ghost type or a fire type?
No, not a certain type of Pokemon. No.
You can't buy mega stones
Alex,
at
it's
Battle Frontier,
Alex's
right? Alex is like the pro at this game. I don't know if he can even guess this.
I'm
He's trying to think of the perfect question.
It's narrowed down quite a lot, but it's narrowed down to the point where I don't specifically know.
Wait, so Callum said it is for a certain type, or no? What was the answer? All right,
Not for a certain type of in like fire types and stuff.
Okay. No. So it's for all types of Pokemon.
All right, okay. Does this item contain an E in its name?
No.
Okay.
Oh
I should
That's
say
10 questions.
E is the most common letter, so that's narrowed it down a bit. That was my third question, so that would be question 9. So yeah, this is number 10.
Was this item introduced in Generation 7?
No.
Battle Frontier.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Can't wish for more wishes. Okay. Oh man. Is this a consumable item? Like, if it's used, does it disappear?
No.
I hate
So
Callum.
is that question number 12 or 13?
Was it 11? It was 11. Pretty sure it was 11.
Okay. So it doesn't consume, but it activates. I didn't do much of the Battle Frontier, so I'm not sure. But like, this is not towards Callum, but like, this is for like the people who I'm working with.
Who I'm working with. My co-hosts.
We're trying
My
to figure
co-workers.
this out. You can't buy Mega Stones at the Battle Frontier, right?
This is Battle Frontier.
Oh wait, there was no Battle Frontier Omega Ruby off
the Gen 3 or 4.
I think. Well, it doesn't have an E in the name, Dob. So like, all
it doesn't have an E
all the
either.
Mega Stones
That's true. That's true. Okay.
And with an E.
I'm glad I got something really hard. I'm
good,
glad
man.
making you work for it.
So you don't consume it, but it activates, and it's not for certain types of Pokemon, and it's used in competitive.
And
It doesn't. It's not like it's not used in competitive, but like you can
use.
like you can. It's not like something you see commonly. Like it's not like a leftovers, but it's like it can be used as a.
Could it be a one of those mail, like like the special mail that Pokemon hold? But does that activate in battle though?
Is it male?
No.
It's not.
That doesn't
male.
activate in battle.
Dom's question is it male?
No.
That's not my question. Can I just like skip my question?
No. You have to go. You have to go. Just
Wasn't that a question? Like,
think of
is it
something.
one of the
Think of
males?
something.
I don't know. Let's say is the letter U in this name?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Is it an evolution item?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of where I was.
okay.
That's where
I
my
have-
head was.
I have an idea of what it might be.
Wait, it's an
Okay, I see.
evolution item?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Oh, wait, let me think about the
activates-
evolution items that don't have a freaking E in it. What?
I know that's what I'm. I can think of them, but I can't
Because
think
I
of
was
the
like,
one without an E.
oh, Eviolite! But
All right.
god dang it.
You feel like is it an evolution item?
Okay.
Well, no, it's like if
Okay,
you don't
guys,
evolve it, you can
guys-
give it to it.
Okay. There are 2 possible answers, but the problem is I only have 1 guess left, so I'm gonna.
Okay, so Alex has basically got it.
It's between 2. But yeah, Shelby, you go.
It's an evolutionary item that you could give to your Pokemon. Is it a stone?
Nope.
No, there's
No,
an E in
stone.
stone.
Oh god dang it!
Can't wish for more wishes.
I want to
What
die.
number is that? How many questions is that?
After Kanga says this it'll be the last batch.
Okay.
Okay.
I honestly can't remember the other evolution.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question which Shelby, you and Adam should be able to get it.
Okay. Okay. I really can't think of the other. Okay. Does it cause a Pokemon to evolve when traded?
No.
'Cause I can't think of the evolution items.
I mean, I'm like thinking towards like we were just talking about Gen 2, and there's like Sneasel and Gligar. Don't they evolve with evolutionary items in Gen 4? Like, is it like the Razor Claw and like?
Are you asking a question?
No, I'm just thinking out loud. All right. I want to ask this.
He's trying to bait an answer from Callum without actually asking a question.
I want to ask this. Okay, does this item have the word razor in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
So Dobbs,
that-
I had Razor Claw and Razor Fang in it. So yeah. So I'll ask: is it a Razor Fang?
No.
No. Okay, it's the other one.
Shelby.
Wait, what did he say?
No, you're like the last one.
No, what did he say? Did he say Fang or Claw?
I said Fang.
Okay, is it Razor Claw?
Yes.
Nah, that was a nice one, dude.
That was
Good
really
job.
good. That was really good.
Wow, that was
That was
good.
awesome.
We got it though, guys.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised you got it.
Yeah, when we narrowed it down to evolution item and didn't have the letter E in it, that narrowed it down
I like it seems so obvious now, but I really could not think of those items.
Razor Claw increases critical hit ratio, so that's what it does as like holding it. But like if you level up with a Sneasel, it will evolve it into a
That was
Weavile.
a good one.
That was a good one. I don't know if anyone could like top that on the Sleep Talk podcast.
I hope
Jesus
not.
Christ, on a bicycle, dude? My brain hurts.
Well, yeah, that was an awesome segment, and we had fun having you on here, Callum.
Appreciate it, man. I love podcasts. I'll come back anytime if you want me to.
All right, for sure, dude. Any last thoughts? Anything you want to promote on your channel? Any cool series you're gonna start up here soon?
You were talking about my shiny series. You said you liked that, so I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't uploaded one in 2 weeks, but I will be doing it again regularly every Tuesday.
That is a good series.
So Callum has a series where he fixes shinies, like
or
he
ruins
does,
them,
recolors,
or he'll ruin them.
he'll recolor shiny Pokemon and make it look cooler or worse, like how Alex was saying.
I will say either way, he will change your perspective on what shinies can be.
Because like I believe there's a lot of garbage shiny Pokemon, and I want to fix them. So
yeah,
yeah, really fun series, and we'll have his YouTube link down below in the description, and we hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.